My name is Faith Hall with ABC Bakers, and I will be showing you information today that will help you with managing inventory at your cupboards throughout the cookie sale. We are going to start today by looking at your cupboard setup and your dashboard. These are areas that you can make adjustments and make edits so that each cupboard is unique to itself. So first off, cupboard management features. There are a few places within SmartCookies that I want to highlight for you. First is the dashboard. This is the primary page you see. It's kind of like the home page when you log into SmartCookies. This is where you'll view sales data, important dates along the side. There's tasks and messages that you can read, and there is an inventory recap section. Within your cupboard information, this is where you go to maybe update hours or information or a phone number or just some of the information I'll show you in a minute. And you can also set your planned order dates here as well. Within the manage orders section, this is where you will see planned orders that have been submitted to the cupboard. You can approve those there. You can enter in transfers and there is a section for damages, but this is going to be managed at the council level. So first off, let's take a look at the dashboard. The dashboard shows the following information. There's inventory, that's the total ordered cases. This indicates the total number of cases ordered for the cupboard in the current season. And next year, when you hop back in, you will see last year information as well. Total transfer, that's the middle dark blue box. That indicates the net number of cases transferred to and from troops that are assigned to that cupboard for the current and previous seasons, and in case quantities, and the dollar amount is listed there. And then total on-hand cases, that indicates how much cupboard inventory in cases is available to be transferred out to the troops, again, that are assigned to the specific cupboard. If you click on the details option within each box, you can view a breakdown of each variety in the same unit of measure and the total dollar amount value for each variety. The important dates, that's kind of going to be highlighted on that calendar section. There is no example here. However, when you're in SmartCookies and it's an important date, it'll be a bright green box around the date. You can see what the message is for that date. The data in the inventory summary that provides information such as the percentage of variety mix and also like previous season information. Let me go on to the next section within your cupboard information. So if you see the home row along the top, those are all drop down menus. If you click my cupboard and go to cupboard information, this is where you can modify information about that cupboard, like at the phone number, your primary contact. You can see that some of the fields do have a red star, meaning mandatory. From here, you can also change the planned order details, the unit of measure. There's a drop down the bottom left-hand corner. So for now, like this example, anybody that would submit a planned order, they would be in units of cases, which I believe your council is interested in doing packages. And then you can also see which service units are associated with the cupboard. If you make any changes, you need to make sure that you click the update information at the bottom of the screen. I do want to note service units assigned to the cupboard, and only troops within these service units will be able to place planned orders or receive transfers from this cupboard. So the manage cupboard is the next option. If you go under my cupboard, go into cupboards. If you need to make any edits, such as your open availability, you'll see that there is a pencil icon at the end of the row here. That is what you actually click to open up the cupboard information to make changes. So some of the information in this area includes the maximum number of cases that the location will hold if space is limited, for example. Some cupboards are smaller and they know that they can only hold 1,000 cases or something like that. Note that the cupboard planned order details will populate once the cupboard planned order section is completed and the council preferences, which has been completed for you. So start and end times are broken down into hour increments, and the cupboard manager can determine how many troops can also arrive during those time slots. So you can set a maximum allowed number of troops in this field as well. So if you leave any of these, if you leave that field empty, then it allows for any number of troops to schedule within an hour time slot. So let's look at this a little bit closer. So within your cupboard information, here's the cupboard contacts example. This is where you can update, like I mentioned, the name and things like that. But if you scroll down, you'll see the second little box there. You'll see that information, and that is where you enter in your open available times for that cupboard. If you click the little calendar icon under available times, that'll open up so that you can select the day, and then you can put in your start and end times but with the drop down menu. And you click add time to add them to your schedule. If you need to close a cupboard early or make a change and suddenly the cupboard is not open or available that day, please make sure you go into SmartCookies and X out the time, which would delete the row. That way you can keep your hours current at all times. And then, per usual, just click save once all your information has been entered. Now we're going to switch gears a little bit and go over to the orders tab along the top. If you visit orders and then drop down to the first option, which is manage order, this page displays all orders for the cupboard. So to view manage orders, you click on the orders and from the menu at the top and click manage orders. So when you open this up, you will not see all of the information on the bottom under where it says apply search parameters. You will populate this section by hitting apply search parameters, and then all orders will populate. This is like a filtering system here. So if you would like to only look for planned orders, for example, you would hit the word planned right under that first dark blue area, and then click the apply search parameters, and your data, your orders will fill in below. Please notice that there are some options for filtering here. You can select a from date and a to date and click the apply button, and you will the orders below will filter even further. You can look for specific orders, maybe a troop number, by typing that into the keyword box, which is under the apply search parameters on the right side of your screen there, about halfway down. And you can change the way that you look at your data. You can look at it in packages, or you can click the cases word. If you do that, SmartCookies will convert your number of packages into cases, or you can see both with cases/packages. All of that updates very quickly in real time by changing your radio button options there. So here is a larger example of your orders, your managed orders. These actually, we've expanded. It's kind of hard to read. It is smaller, but you can see all of the varieties listed in different columns. You can see the status of these orders and the actual total dollar amount. But what I want you to notice at the very end of the row, there are 3 dots. And if you hit those, that will pop open a couple of options for you to, you can edit the order, or you can delete the order from here within this screen. So if you would like to edit the order, if you click the edit option, it will take you inside the order where you can make changes. Maybe there's a variety you want to change, something like that. You would do that from here on. You can do that here from the Manage Orders section within SmartCookies. If you hit the delete order button, please note there will be a pop-up asking you if you are sure you want to delete the order. So if you are sure you want to delete an order, go ahead and click yes to delete, and the recipient, whomever placed that order, will receive an email confirming the deletion. All right, so we're going to move into planned orders, transfer orders. So for planned orders, typically a troop will place planned orders each week to indicate what they want to pick up from the cupboard. Lead times for order placement to pick up are determined by the council, and that can be changed at any time. Cupboard managers may be asked to enter a planned order for a troop. And if that is the case, then they go to the Orders tab and click Planned Orders. That's visible here. Once you are in this area and you've clicked that you want to put in a planned order, the next step is to select the service unit and troop from the available lists or you can enter in the troop number and then click apply. Click on the cupboard that is visible. That's if you look at where the map is, that's the cupboard. Select the date that the order will be picked up and press continue. Select the time the order will be picked up and click save. And the order grid will appear down below. And this is where you enter in your counts by variety in the unit of measurement shown. So for this example, this cupboard is asking for orders to be in full case increments. Any reference notes that you can add those down below. There is a notes section. So maybe as the cupboard manager, you want to note that, Troop asked me on 2/14 to place the order. You can add any kind of notes that you want. That way it stays with the record. Once you have entered in all of your fields, you can go ahead and click Save at the very bottom, and you will see a little pop-up window here confirming your order has successfully been saved. After the planned order has been created and saved, the following choices will appear. You can print a receipt. It doesn't look like it's a button, but it is down in the middle under Order Notes. That is clickable, and a pop-up window will appear, so you can hit print. You can save the order. The order can be edited again at any, if you need to, you can edit again, or you can delete the order from here. So maybe you're going through all the motions and then you realized, oh my gosh, this is the wrong troop after all. You can delete from right here. You don't have to go back into manage orders and hit the 3 dots and at the end of the row. You can delete from here if you've realized you've made a mistake. Approve. So you have the option to approve the planned order from here. The message will appear asking if all changes have been made before confirming the approval. So if you click approve, the planned order will become a cupboard to troop transfer, moving the inventory from the cupboard to the troop. Planned orders can also be approved from the Manage Orders grid by clicking on the icon at the end of the row and then clicking the Approve Order button that will appear. I'll show you all that in a little bit. Here is an example of a planned order receipt. So this means at the top, if you see it, the second line there says pending pickup. This is what the volunteer receives after they have submitted their planned order. This this can be printed and brought into the cupboard. Um, this is showing that it's pending pickup. There is a signature line at the bottom of this form. That's a nice thing to have for receipt purposes. You can notice the cupboard and troop information was captured. The variety, the number of packages or cases to be picked up is listed too. And the troop financial responsibility for that planned order is listed right there along the bottom. So all of the information for this order is laid out. After a cupboard approval, an email will be sent to the troop leader confirming the order. All of our emails from SmartCookies are from the email address no reply at abcsmartcookies.com. It's very important that people mark this email address as being safe. And if they don't think they have received emails, they need to check their junk folder. Sometimes that happens as well. Contact the Smart Cookie Help Desk if a volunteer accidentally unsubscribes from emails. It does happen, even though it is a double opt-out process. If somebody realizes that they actually completely opted out, then that will take the Smart Cookie Help Desk to get involved so that they can be subscribed back into getting emails from us. Planned order approvals. So, as you're the cupboard manager and you're getting ready to approve orders for the day, you will go into your manage orders section, click on the planned orders option filter, and click apply search parameters. At the end of the row, you can click the three dots and edit, delete, or approve an order. We call it the ellipsis at the end of the row. So this is where you approve orders for your cupboard. If you would like to print an approved planned order, like as a receipt, to print, you would just go into the manage order section, go into view the order, and once the order is visible, scroll to the very bottom of the screen and click print receipt. And here is an example of that approved planned order receipt. So the previous example said pending. Now it is approved. It's in parentheses. We can now use this as a receipt. It can be, there's a signature line at the bottom if they would like to have a signature that, yes, we both agree. I've now have approval for the 420. This is an example of packages, 420 packages for pickup. You can see the date, the address, the time, all of you. Status is at the top, so their status is approved. So next, let's talk about transfer orders. If you go to orders, the third option under that drop-down section is transfer orders in the drop-down menu. The transfer function is used to transfer product to a troop that has not placed a planned order. So in order to move inventory, this is transfer, choose the type, cupboard to troop in the very top left corner. There is a drop-down menu and there are different types of transfers available. However, if you were transferring from your cupboard to a troop that has just walked in, you choose a cupboard to troop transfer. Select the from and to entities. One of the entities must be the cupboard. You cannot create transactions that do not involve your cupboard. So you'll notice that you will need to make sure you are confirming the cupboard that you're in and choose that cupboard and apply it to the troop. The transfer grid will allow all varieties to appear. You enter the quantities by whichever unit of measurement. This example is in cases. You can enter in any notes and a receipt number for future reference if you like along the bottom, and click save when you complete the order. From here, similarly, you can delete the order if you need to. Once deleted, the order cannot be retrieved and it would need to be re-entered. You can print a receipt from here if you would like. It'll appear out in a separate tab. And transfers can be viewed in the Manage Order screen under the Transfer tab. So it is marked separately in the system. And you can print a receipt. So if the covered manager clicks on a receipt, this is an example of what will be generated. It's an order transfer receipt. Transferred to and transferred from information is captured. The variety and the number of packages or cases transferred are outlined here. Total financial responsibility for the transfers listed. And again, the signature line for receipt purposes. So I'm going to pause here for any questions. Kim, if you could help, I cannot see the chat box from presenter mode. Are there any questions that we can answer today?
I don't see any questions yet, but I do see some folks typing.
Aha. All right. Would you like me to record questions or would you like to end recording at this time?
Let's go ahead and end the recording. That
All
sounds
right.
good.
All right. If you have any questions, please reach out to Kim and she will help us with any future um, setup or covered questions. I'm going to end recording and thank you for attending.
Okay, so we still have quite a bit of specific to our troop area. I mean, sorry, to our council area. So please don't log off just because we've ended the recording. So we have one question: why does the order receipt go to the troop leader and not the troop cookie manager?
Well, the receipt's going to go to the person who's the number one contact on the troop information page. So if that's the troop cookie manager, then it's going to go to them. If the person that you've uploaded when the troop was put into SmartCookies is the troop leader, then it's going to go to the troop leader. So it's going to go to the first person on that troop information page.
Great, thanks, Anne. I see one more person typing, and if anybody else has any questions, you can also pop off of mute and